Well, good morning. I was chatting along with Narayan there. I'm a minute late, but we are always on time, my dears, for the divine, aren't we? Huh? Whether you know it or not, whether you believe it or not, whether you're into anything spiritual or not, it doesn't change the truth, the whole truth. The only thing uh, that we can count on is that we are changeless. That truth is changeless, that God is changeless. The human condition, you know, is ever unreliable, says Sri Yukteswar. The human condition is ever, each person is ever unreliable until anchored in the divine. So, any way we look at this thing, any way we twist it, any way we rationalize it, my dears, there's no escape from the reality. So, might as well surrender. Yeah. God, Krishna, Christ, Guru. God, Krishna, Christ, Guru. We surrender to thee. We surrender to thee. That chant comes from the YSS, the India, uh, where Yogananda has his YSS ashram in India, and it comes from those monks. That little tune I just sang. It's nice to have a little mantra going on. Like a little Tweety bird, but not the Tweety bird of the restless mind, but the Tweety bird of the relentless, relentless spirit that is always everywhere, everyone, in everything, right here, right now. So I'm going to kick this off this morning. Thank you, Kathleen, for joining, and Cami and Ryan, Lisa and Jim. Awesome. That's all I can say. Awesome. No, I could say awesomeness. How's that? So this is a little quote from that I want to start with. It's a little quote from the Lord Buddha. The Lord Buddha. This is what he says. Pay attention. Your future isn't waiting. Kathleen, Tammy, Lisa, Ryan, your future isn't waiting. It's not out there. It's being created right now. Mm. It's being created right now. So the quote from the Buddha is this: if you want to know your future, my dears, look at what you are doing at this moment. Well, you come to a place of, I hope, safety, of good vibes, of remembrances and connection. That's what Kathleen is all about. And her purpose in life is to get people talking, sharing with each other, right? Respecting one another. Brilliant, right? It's what the world needs now, for sure. So, how about we just look at this? We're right in the heart. This is the April 17th. This is the new moon in Aries, and this is where there's probably a handful or more planets just ready to peak, not just peek at you, but to peak in their veracity of this spark of life. That's the first zodiac sign, I think, is Aries. It's a spark, a divine spark. So, and that the divine spark is perfect for what we just said, that our future is depending on this moment and how we are in this moment. So it's so important to be so you know, occupied, but not with ego, but with the relentlessness of your soul dreams, the relentlessness of how much God loves you, with the relentlessness that everything is lining up for you, my dears. And you have all the help in the universe. You have guardian angel, you have the masters, you have your own, as we had as a subject yesterday, was you are a sacred being of light. Yeah, sacred divine grace that that living in you is a sacred being of light. Wow. Wow, nothing else. Make that your little mantra. Divine grace. You are in me as a sacred beam of light. I'd like to add beam. It's a sacred beam of light. So these little mantras, they hang around you if you will, if you remember them, if you repeat them, my dears. You got we all have parrot minds, right? We repeat what we just heard, or we'll repeat something that is a runaway train thought, a thought train of runaway thoughts, right? That we will repeat that and it stays as the little the Tweety bird. But in this case, this bird is the Holy Spirit. All right. So, having said all that, then let's look at what it says about all this, how we can start a new life, because that's all what it's about, my dears. It's all what it's about. And I think I'll start with this from the Galactic Consciousness 5D. 5D, anyone? The moment, let's think of this as, this is our future, is how we are today, how we are right now is our future. I just think that's so powerful to remember, right? It's so easy to be drugged. How many golden moments can we have in a day, right? How many remembrances of the divine can we have in a day? So this says, beloved ones, the moment for us to face. So let's put this in the now, and in this a crazy astrological Aryan energy, you'll hear about all those planets that are lined up and just all sparking together. Divine grace at its finest, all the help in the universe at its finest, my dears. So, having said all this, the moment for us to face and transcend our fears to become sovereigns in this new cycle, the so-called future, in 2026, the fire horse, year of the horse, the fire horse. It's that moment that we face and transcend our fears. Seriously, I don't care what they are, how they pop up, how much they're entangling you and has you have you kind of depressed, suppressed, or whatever, right? We need to transcend our friends to become sovereigns in this new cycle, this new chapter of our life that this astrological month of Aries is giving to us, my dears, the help from the astrological demigods. All right, the planets in this new cycle, in a new cycle, a new you, right? The new human. Remember, we've been talking about that. This is the new version. This is the day of the new version. There was a woman who was talking on as a video I saw. She was so passionate about it. She said, "I have a meditation coming up. I don't want you to miss it." Da, 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 da. She was just saying that this is the time. Don't miss this golden opportunity, right? Where no clouds come, only golden dreams dwell. I sit by life's well in the land beyond my dreams. So let's don't let this pass us by this morning, my dears. Just let the old stuff pass you by, right? Like the kitchen door is open in the front and it's open in the back, and you just let whatever come in go through. No pausing for tea. All right. Aries invites us to jump, jump right at the precipice of a new chapter, of a new version of you, the new human. Off she goes, off he goes. Aries invites us to jump into the infinite, Kathleen, infinite possibilities to create our new reality. dang, I don't know how many lifetimes that we get this opportunity, but we got it now in the here and now, so we can certainly celebrate it, right? Oh Lord, I just can't wait to see you. I keep stumbling around down here. Oh Lord, I just can't wait to see you. I keep stumbling around down here. Lift me up. Can you bring me back home today? Lord, lift me up. Can you bring me back home today? 'Cause I just can't wait to see ya. I just wanna be with you. I know you're throwing a party, and I just wanna party with you. It's that kind of invite, my dears, to jump into the infinite possibilities to create the new version of you, Clarks, Narayan, Kathleen, Cami, the new version of you. Wow. Everyone needs to hear this today. Everyone needs to get the juice, the God juice, the Amrit, the nectar of the gods. They get to sip it all day. I like to say to just keep a flask like in the old days. You stay intoxicated. Yogananda said in the old days. He said do that with remembrance of God. Just keep sipping the fine wine of God's ever loving, ever present, ever near and dear reality that's with you right now, my dears. That's the best way to create the new you, the new version, which is really the true version. Wow, what an opportunity. Aries invites us to jump into infinite possibilities to create our new reality by purifying ourselves, my dears, through, here it is, nothing new, but true. Purify ourselves through the transmutation of all that diminishes our power and ability to create our world, to create our little world, your little world, the world of Narayan, the world of Lisa, the world of Jim. God, can you imagine everybody's little world going on in their thoughts and their feelings in whatever's going on? Man, it's just a mind blowing to even think about it that way. But we need to purify ourselves through the transmutation of all that diminishes our power and ability to create this new version of ourselves. Yeah, to create worlds, it actually says here. It is an important doorway, this Aries, and all these planets in Aries right now on the 17th of April, 2026. It's an important doorway to our entry into, my dears, you ready for an entry into the illumined worlds by embracing our power or your power, which is achieved by eliminating all distractions. So now we've been hearing that over and over and over again to eliminate all distractions, outer influences, and above all consciousness traps that enslave our souls. So we get on that runaway train of thoughts and what's going on and the old conditioning that just keeps hanging around, the same reactions, the same kind of feelings, maybe some depression sneaks in and this and that, right? But listen to this lineup, the sun and moon, the sun and the moon conjunct Chiron in Aries right now, as we sit here, imbibing and transmuting all those lesser things that no longer, not even close, does us any good. So we can let it go. I do believe we can let that go. Eliminating all distractions, outer influences, and above all, the consciousness traps. That means those mindsets that just are stuck in the brain. the consciousness traps that enslave our souls. All right. The sun and moon conjunct Chiron in Aries, providing us with the healing. Anyone want some healing energies today? Required for us to continue recoding. And this gets into the chakras. To continue recoding our first chakra, which Aries rules. Did you know that Aries, this spark of life, rules your first chakra? Kind of makes sense, right? Because if that spark goes out, or you just have it hidden somewhere in the conditioning of not feeling a part, any kind of connection to the collective good, the collective consciousness, the divine consciousness, and stuff like that, it can get pretty hairy, that first chakra, right? But now we're talking about recoding our first chakra, which Aries rules. So you can totally reboot that first chakra, my dears, which is for us, it's the I am. I am that I am, and I'm all that I am. I am you. You are all, beloved. I am that I am, and I'm all that I am. I am you, beloved. And you are all. I am you, as Yogananda says in one of his prayers to God. I am you, and you are all. Isn't that beautiful? I am you, Lord, and you are all. I say it takes all the onus off us, doesn't it? Isn't it? That we've got to figure this out. We gotta, use our little way of going about it when the whole process is about letting God do it, right? I can't, you can, Lord, I'm gonna let you. So the sun and moon conjunct Chiron is providing us with the healing energies required for us to continue recoding our first chakra, which Aries rules, as Chiron in Aries is precisely about healing. Hello, everybody, listen to this. Precisely about healing trauma. Trauma. It's a traumatic world. Yogananda says over and over again, I always repeat this quote at some point in time. We must learn to stand unshaken amidst the crash of broken worlds. We must learn to stand unshaken amidst the crash of breaking worlds. Yeah. We must learn to stand unshaken amidst the crash of breaking worlds. So this Chiron in Aries is precisely about healing trauma, my dears, related to our existence, our survival, and our primal fears. That's rather important, wouldn't you say, Narayan Ji? And all that impede us from feeling, and anything else and everything else that impedes us or blocks us from feeling sustained, safe, and grounded in our earthly plane. Woo! Oh, Trish was out looking at the stars last night. But we get too much interference with this little town, Ashland town, with the lights going on. Some areas it's darker in the little outskirts, outside the city. You can get beautiful stars. And this new moon, the new moon's not making any light. It's just new little sliver, right? So this Chiron in Aries is precisely about healing trauma. Now, whether you care about Chiron or any of the planets or anything about astrology, these are just energies you want to have anyway. That's why I love it. I don't know anything about astrology except for what I share with you here. And it seems to just keep the spark. Keep the spark, Sparky. Keep the spark going, Sparky. Yeah. Keep it going, that spark at your root chakra, the Aries, the fire horse, my dears. That is included in all this, in this next chapter of our lives, in this new human of us, this new version of us. Today they're calling it a new version of us. So we want to have the trauma healed, don't we, my dears? Wouldn't you say, related to our existence, survival, primal fear, and all that impedes us from feeling sustained, safe, and grounded in our earthly plane. What what little formula? What works best for you, my dears? You already have those moments where you really on your A game, absolute access to the absolute A game, right? And so that's all we need to do is focus on that and not on anything else. So you can have that rolling off the your rolling off your mind, going through the kitchen and out, but you can just hang on to the beautiful vibrations that you want to hold on to, that you felt this great need. As you breathe your need, great need for this God presence, for staying connected where you're safe, my dears, and grounded and changeless, and all these beautiful things, right? However, this goes on to say, we not only exist in this human plane. Well, I'm going to leave you with that one on this particular. Let's just see what this has to say. Then we can go to another very similar but a little different in the same thing about, you know, this moment is our future, and this is the day of days, the astrology lineup of astrology lineups to kick us in the you know what and just shoot us out a rocket of the new us, the new version of us, the new intentions that we have. So, to assist us in the change we are willing to make at this time, we have another powerful event in the heavens, and that Mercury, Mars, Saturn, and Neptune in Aries, sextile Pluto in Aquarius. This moon is deeply influenced as well as Mercury, Mars. So all those planets are sparking, my dears. They're all pushing us into a new version of ourselves, a new intention, another intentional intention that we can set, that the day begins a new life. It's a new life today. Every moment is a new moment, right? There's not going to be another one like this one, but it just went by. So only this particular moment is our future. And if we can stay high on the divine in any given moment, in any given time, in any given situation, we're sitting pretty. All that trauma and drama, bye bye birdie, bye bye birdie. So this talks about, balancing your nervous system, of course, empowerment to take action towards what we have to shift in ourselves and our lives, and be sovereigns of ourselves. This is a season to balance the ego, understanding what true power means. So we bless everything and everyone. What a concept that is, to go ahead and bless everything and everyone today. Everything you see. We are Lord of our senses, Regina of our senses. We love what we see. We love what we hear. We love what we smell, taste, and touch. For when we love what we see, Lord, you are revealed to us. When we love what we hear, Lord, so you use your five senses to make everything special, to make everything sparkle, to make everything a divine experience, right? Or divine grace. And this little light in me, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, right? So this is a new cycle for us to show that we have awakened, that we have awakened. We know our soul and our unique path and are ready to confront our shadows and create a new earth within and without. How's that? There's no way back for those who have already embraced their shadows. As when we do so, fears dissolve and we are left with nothing but the love and courage that we are truly made of. Right? Look at that. There's no way back, my dears. Ain't gonna look back. Turn to a pillar of salt. If you do, there's no way back for those. We burned the bridges. We burned the bridges. You can't go back. The bridges have been burned. We burned the bridges. There's no way back for those who've already embraced their shadows. As when we do so, fears dissolve and we are left with nothing but the love. We're left with nothing but the love as the shadows disappear, and the courage that we have as an immortal, omnipresent, all powerful being, the courage that we are confronting all challenges and using them to proceed with our chosen journey. So, Aries reminds us that when we embrace courage, Cami, Kathleen, Lisa, Narayan G, anyone else that's on this line, that Aries reminds us that when we embrace courage, we grow. We grow in consciousness, but about coherent, inspired action. As you get the little kibbles out and feed your your little god four-legger, your best buddy four-legger, that you are growing in consciousness, my dears, embracing every moment as the most special one. This is the moment that creates your future, the new chapter, the new version of you, the oldest version in history, in the galactic creation. This this soul of yours, this ancient, all pervading, all available, ever here, ever near, ever dear, immortal soul. So we want to be reminded that when we embrace courage, we grow in consciousness. It's not just about taking action. It's aimed at confronting what frightens us. Wow. As sometimes fear hides a deep desire of the soul. Did you know that? That fear sometimes hides a deep desire of the soul due to self-created or ingrained patterns. We have not been able to recognize and embrace it yet, feeling inferior and inadequate to fulfill it. But this ends by saying, may you grow in love, wisdom, and power by releasing all you are not, beloveds. Releasing all. Let it go. The cage door is open in the heart. Let that little soul bird fly off. Let all our soul birds fly off. Let everyone's cage is open automatically. Every being. And all of a sudden, God just rushes in. Of course, he's there already. She's already there. She's already within us. But there's an experience. There's an experience that changes our world today. And it begins with you and me. If you change today, change yourself, Yogananda says, and you change thousands, my dears. So I'm just going to give you a nibble, not a kibble, but we're going to give you a nibble because I like how this guy words stuff. A new version of you may be ready to begin. The new version of you is ready to begin, my dears. The Aries new moon opens a powerful doorway for identity, courage. See, this is another podcast from another spiritual group, and it's saying the same thing as the one we just heard. A new version of you may be ready to begin. The Aries new moon opens a powerful doorway for identity, my dears. Just to repeat, never hurts to repeat, and new beginnings. April 17th, 2026. Dear friends, today we welcome a powerful new moon in Aries. And this way, this one may feel especially charged with the energy of beginning again. I just want to give you just to give you just another boost before we get off, before we sign off, my dear. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, just like it's the first one to spark in the first chakra. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, the spark of life, the impulse to move, the courage to start, and the part of us that remembers we are allowed to exist as ourselves. This is not only a new moon of wishing or dreaming, it's a new moon of initiation. If you don't you love that word if you stop and think about it? Initiation. You initiate it. You initiate. You don't sit back and wait for something just to unfold for you. You initiate. No wishing, my dears. But it's a time, yeah, courage to start in the, so this, where did I go with that initiation? All right. Beginning again, Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. Okay. Part of us that remembers we are allowed to exist as ourselves. It's not just wishing, it's a new moon of initiation, my dears. There's a strong Aries concentration around the lunation, mentioning those same planets, the Chiron, the Saturn, every, emphasizing the themes of identity, courage, action, healing, direction, and personal rebirth. This can make the inner atmosphere feel very alive for you today, as if something in the self is trying to rise, move, speak, choose, and begin. This may mean for some of us a deeper awareness of the self that is ready to emerge now. Not the self shaped only by survival, expectation, hesitation, or old emotional contracts, but the self that feels more honest, more direct, more alive, and more aligned with the future you are. The Aries current can awaken the part of us that says, I am ready to become more rule, more real, more real. All right. True courage is not always dramatic. It's choosing the path that feels clean, even when it's unfamiliar. The new moon is bringing healing around the right to begin again, the right, your divine right to begin again. All right. So that's pretty much a good, a good take on today. So today, plant your new moon seed. Plant the new moon, the new version you. Little seed in the ground, my dears. Not from who you were told to be. Plant it from the self that is becoming clearer, stronger. This is you. We're going to end. Becoming clearer, stronger, braver, and more alive within you. This is the doorway. This is a beginning. And perhaps the new version of you is not far away at all. Perhaps it has been waiting for the moment you finally chose to meet it. Have a beautiful new moon, my dears, and much, much love that the courage is going to bring out in you. All right. So if some of you are still around, and those of you who are at home or wherever you may be, let's just send this Om to all our brothers and our sisters and our siblings around the planet that are going through what everyone is going through. Inhale. Om. Let's go again, my dears. And just let this energy waft into the hearts of all beings. Oh, Spirit is not going to leave us. It cannot leave us. It is us 100%. Always has been, always will be, and that's a forever. Oh. All right, my dears, let's love what we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. We love, we super care every little living creature, even the inanimate world we care about. All right, so we care. And then let this little light of mine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Thank you for being you, my dears, and just thinking that the new you, I believe, I'm holding the space that it's raring to go. Let's ride, tribe. Let's ride, tribe. Thank you, Lisa and Jim, Kathleen, Cami, for coming online. It's been another, another day in the life of awakening. Aho, namaste. Oh Lord, we just can't wait to be you. So we're going to do our best and leave the rest up to you. And that is that. Aho, namaste. Have a beautiful namaste day. Okay, sweet.